picture's a little better tonight, I think. Anyway, I'm trying to keep the brand name off it. YouTube gets all upset about promoting products, and if they do, they penalize you for not having, for putting product placement up there like it matters. Handwriting. Anyway, okay. Do we have any the breakfast, about the Santa net, about the let's see, what else do we have? Oh, the two nets tomorrow night. Other than that, we have on Saturday night.
KB9RKK.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, just wanted to announce that the Wilson County Emergency Net is getting moved up an hour. It is now going to be at 7:30 rather than 8:30.
Aha! Tuesday night at 7:30 instead of 8:30 on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we moved it up. It's that will get it done before the 8 o'clock next that everybody else runs, and it won't be so late.
I just think you guys can't stay up that late.
Well, maybe.
Of course, 9 if we want to. That's right. All right, thanks, Frank. That was the W4 Whiskey 4 Echo Alpha night, which is their net that they have on Tuesdays, right? I got to get that straight in my brain. So that'll be just earlier to get it out of the way. With the Tuesday, actually it'll coincide with 2 other events, but that's no big thing. There's a Simplex net, that's the one in both on that same time slot. I can't think what it is right now. Oh yeah, on 2 county Simplex nets, but that's once a month, so we can figure all that out. Doesn't take much to check into one, check into the others as well. All right, Frank. Any of the W4 EAO, the Santa net, the Christmas parade, or the breakfast? Next year we'll have a float in the Christmas parade. How's that? I didn't hear any response to that. Negative. All right, very good. We are taking check-ins today, starting from the west, and no, that's all I get. It's from the west, and we'll start now. What check-ins from the west? Please come now. This is Mount Juliet Simplex Radio.
KM4YRF. I'll just go ahead and be first.
Hey, I was waiting for Rick to jump. Well, there's a lot of slack to be taken. So how's things going? I heard you complaining about being all alone, putting up your antenna.
It was easy to make, but trying to get it up by myself was a little challenging, and going up and down the 5 or 6 times trying to get it tuned was another challenge.
Yeah, you needed a sky hook. You can rent those over at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's where I buy all my holes too if I want to do any digging.
Yeah, I was under pressure from Dennis to get a dipole up.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes tonight. It's possible somebody's going to. I couldn't hear Dennis either. Did you try to transmit?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if I was listening at that moment. So we shall find out. If, like I said, I'll be able to come up on the feed. See if they can't hear me, they can't hear me. We'll move on from there. And I need to put up a regular 10-meter vertical antenna. We'll be all set.
Yeah, get some antenna to work.
Man, I tell you what, if we keep this up, we're going to have 9 antennas each of us.
Yeah, I know we're going to have an antenna.
It's all in fun, though. It's fun to see. I threatened to have a 10-meter net, and I hear everybody talking about doing something.
Wanting to get a 10-meter antenna up because Rick has a 10-meter radio, and so we could do a little sideband. But play.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Like naps.
That's right, and those are important.
Michael, that was Michael. He's in Belshire. He's all ready for the 10-meter net. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Who we got next west? Please come in.
Whiskey 4 Bravo Alpha X-ray. Foxtrot.
All right, Rick, I heard. How you doing? That's KM4. There was a double in there. It might even been a triple. KM4 TJ.
Yeah, KN4 TJF.
Oh, that's right. It's N. Yeah. Yeah, Michael, I think he probably protested. Didn't want the same.
No, that's right. I think he told him, don't give him him. Get him something different.
Yeah, it's because M is like the first of MIC. Anyway, how you doing, Rick?
I'm doing well, Paul. How are you doing, sir?
So you are feeling better, I take it.
I am. The closer to Friday it gets, I feel even better.
Oh yeah, that's what's neat about. Man, you got to get retired. That's what you got to do. Yeah, well, works out good. I mean, I still get things done, but I don't have to get up. Well, yeah, I do too. All right. Well, how you doing? Everything else going well for you? You get ready? You got a 10-meter antenna yet?
No, I don't, but I'm going to work on it. Got a 10-meter radio for me. I'm getting ready to go calendar it up, I think.
Outstanding. Yeah, it's kind of nice that we jump into these other more of the hobby than just 2 meters, but that's we can't do everything with this. I mean, I can't imagine us having a 160 net, an 80-meter net, 40-meter net, etc. I can't imagine that.
Well, I'm eager to branch out. I'm thinking about to get going with it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, very good. That was Rick Kilo Novo Juliet TJF. It is TJF, yeah, Tango Juliet Foxtrot, and he's in Ashland City, and I think he's even working on his listening bill. You working on getting some kind of a beam facing more easterly, right?
That's correct, Paul.
Good. I did hear another station. Was that Whiskey 4 Bravo X-ray Alpha?
Close. It's Whiskey 4 Bravo Alpha X-ray all the way from Brentwood.
Oh yeah, this is my dyslexic period here. X-ray, very good. What's the first name?
Hey, good evening. I'm here's Tim. Tango India Mike. Over.
Hey Tim, how have we?
I've heard you a lot. I'm in the weeds. Anyway, using a J mount in the backyard, and it's doing okay for me.
Okay, yeah, you should. You're in Brentwood, right?
Roger that.
Yeah, you're probably like a 5/8 wave vertical or something. Where is it? You said where is it located in your house? Is it in the attic or is it outside somewhere?
It's not way far off the ground, so it's. I do need to get a vertical. I need to get it up and get a match pole out there. And
You've listened before. You probably realize that you're not hearing all, or there's several that you're missing, and just because the J pole has so little gain, and if it isn't high enough, I mean, if you put up high enough, you 100 feet, but in this case, a J pole even up at 20 or 30 feet isn't going to do as well as a much more efficient.
no, Roger that. I understand. I've been eyeing a trend antenna that I've read quite a bit about and heard favorably on them. I don't know. You know anything about them?
Which one is it? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
Well, there is one in a. I think MFJ has a similar one. I think it's made by the same people. A Tram MFJ and OPK. I had one of those myself, and I think it's a 17.5 foot tall. Does that sound familiar?
Sounds about right.
8.1 or 8.3 dBi gain.
Yep, that's about right.
Okay, I'll just give you a fair warning. It's a cheap antenna. It'll do you good, but I can almost guarantee it's going to be like a cheap raincoat. It's going to leak.
Roger that. For recommendation.
Well, it depends upon your income, but again, you buy the best one you can get your hands on, and it fits your needs. And I'll say it that way because I don't know about your homeowners association or city restrictions, but any of the good quality Diamond, Hustler, or what's the other one? Comet, any of those good brand, and it doesn't have to be something fancy. Is 24 feet tall, but I'm net control, and I felt obligated to buy that one, and it was more money than I thought I'd ever spend on an antenna at $390. I wouldn't expect anybody to buy that unless they really like to have antenna like I did. But you can buy some darn good ones for any 25 or 50, anywhere in between those two numbers, depending on what fits your, your finances. And
well, Roger that, man. I appreciate that so much. Well, I tell you, where I'm going to put it is not going to be an issue. I'm not in one of those subdivision rules. And where I'm going to put it is, we live it's sort of on a hill, and on the back side of the house is well hidden from the road, up 25 or 30 feet. So I can do that with no problem, I believe, and that's what I need to do. I like the diamond. I guess that's about the only other one that I've looked at, and they are good quality. And it is a little bit more money, but it's not much when you invest in a better quality antenna. So that's what I'll probably do. Antenna, put it up there, and I will go from there. See what happens. Maybe then I can hear Mount Juliet a whole lot better, huh?
Yeah, we've been doing that for about 5 years and something. From Brentwood, even at I'll say, just a 5/8 wave antenna on a roof, up on top of the house, usually sounds better than a J pole at that same level or where you are. I mean, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people, and we joke about this, if you a J pole, because it's inexpensive and it's easy to build, works, you can hear all the repeaters and you get all excited until you can't hear the stations that everybody else can hear with a better antenna. So yeah, no, let me know. And we got people in the area. We can be glad to come over and help you.
And we'll just kind of keep hanging out here and listening. I usually have the radio on scan. You quite a bit on this frequency and others, and you're right. There are a lot of stations that I just can't hear. So you're always where I am in the area. You're always strong. But as long as I'm at home here scanning, I hear you well. Some of the other stations not so well. But anyway, and we will keep you posted. W4BAX.
Yeah, very good, Tim. That was W4. It's Whiskey 4 Bravo Alpha X-ray. And as well, and he's listened to us in the past, and I chuckle. You may have heard me on the YouTube feed, but I don't think about it a lot, but obviously I'm heard well, over about a couple thousand square miles and 12 counties. I don't know, like it or not, people get to hear me if they're on this frequency. All right, very good, Tim. Good to have you in there. Was there another station in there on top of Tim, or?
November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
Hey, how are you? November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
Here in a biscuit. Worked on my tower. Well, one of them over the weekend. I was gonna try to get some antennas mounted up there. Ran into some problems with the mast was binding, so I had to re-engineer the thrust bearing and swap out a little bit of a smaller mast. And now everything's turned free, but between I got all that situated, it was time to call it a day on Sunday. So we're gonna shoot for it this weekend. Maybe get the HF antenna. Two quick things. 10-meter vertical antennas. 9, can't go wrong with it. It's an 11-meter antenna, but it works great on 10 meters. I would recommend the IMAX 2000 now. Bigger antenna, 15, and with a tuner, it'll cover 17. And the IMAX 2000 works out 5/8 wave, 0.64 wave on 10 meters, and to a half wave on 15. It works really good. And if anybody wants a 10-meter antenna product, I have a high gain super penetrator that I never put in the air. I started to changed QTHs and carted it all up here and went in a different direction, and have all the parts and pieces. I got all the important parts. I don't have all the screws, but you can get those at Lowe's if anybody's in.
Don, he's a recommendation for 10-meter stuff, and a 10-meter vertical, an Antron 99, of course, which has been a mainstay of 10 and 11 meters for many, many years. They also make great lightning protection. There, and also the IMAX 2000, which is good for 10, 12, 15, and with it, well as he's got, if somebody really needs one bad, he's got a high gain super penetrator 10 meter. And it's a 10-meter version.
Yeah, it's a 5/8 wave, and that'll probably tune about the same as the IMAX 2000. It'll cover 12 with a tuner, 17, 15 probably without a tuner, and 17 with a
Good. All right, very good, Don. I appreciate all the information. And again, if anybody had any questions on that, just we'll get it out. Don's on QRZ. That's November 4, Delta Juliet Tango. He's in Bon Aqua. But anyways, off who's in need. It's not too. I don't know who's really in need here, but there may be. If somebody really has to have one and they ain't got the bucks, it's a good offer. 99 goes for, if I remember correctly, somewhere around $100, Don.
Yeah, I've seen them on sale for like 75 to 80 used all the time, and the IMAX is a little more money. I think like 150. Also on the free list before launch a Roan 20 tower. Now I wouldn't put a beam on this tower because it's Roan 20, but it's all in good shape with the rocket top. I think it's about 30 or 40 feet of Roan 20 free. Come and get it out of my yard.
Awesome. There's an offer. Somebody can't. 40 feet of Roan 20 tower. Just has to pick it up. Wow, that's a great deal. And one of those 3 antennas, and you'd be fat, dumb, and happy with 10 meters in the air at least. And especially you can put the 2-meter on there. Those of you that have a low elevation at the moment. All right, well, very good. Appreciate the help on that, Tom. And if there's any questions about that. All right, who was up next from West? That was, by the way, that was, I'll say that again. It's November 4, Delta Juliet Tango. His email's good on QRZ, and his name is Don.
How are you, Paul, in the game? Thank you. Both of us are doing well. So we got a lot to be. It's so interesting to me every time you read how many nets you've had over the past few years. It's evening that you are on Wednesday and Saturday.
Things not on the radio so much, but I've done it on some other things where veterans I worked with in the Navy, now going on 50 years ago, about over 30,000 messages over that, and I have to read every one of them before they go out. So I've been busy the last 20 years.
Well, that's very important, I think, for military men and women to stay in touch with each other and have fellowship with one another, because you're like brothers and sisters, and your goal is one thing, and to keep us all free, and appreciate all of them.
Oh yeah, very good. I just quickly said, I've joked over the years that when you spend a lot of time with, in our case, shipmates, I'm willing to bet I know more, and I remember most of it, of some of my friends about their life and their life history and how they grew up. And I know more about their foibles, and I'll bet you their wife, maybe not their wife, but it just cracks us because we know them, we know them very well because you're spending 18 waking hours a day with them.
Marty's dad was on a ship for 4 years, and he wrote some letters, of course, to Marty's mom, and then he kept lots of notes to what you could keep at least. And then one of his shipmates wrote a book, and he let each one of them write their own chapter, and that's very interesting.
Oh yeah, no question about it. Yeah, we've got one of the wives of one of our shipmates has kept kind of she's even put together books of short stories that came from these conversations that we've had online, and she even made a calendar of all the events of the ship over the years it was in service. And so it's kind of a neat. It has been. Yeah, you're right. It's a very special bond, and I kind of carry that over here in a certain sense, because not that it's the same, but I like the fact of the fellowship and with men and women here in ham radio, because that's really 90% of what ham radio is about, is meeting other people and having a good time.
You're totally right. We're thankful for that too. That's one thing had a lot of people video over the years. Good people.
Oh yeah, very much so. So how's Marty doing tonight?
He's doing well. You all have a good evening. Katie Forley.
Very good, Mary. Good talking to you. Marty, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's been a good day.
Yeah, a little cool this morning taking the dog out, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a big dog coat over.
Oh, you put a coat on her, did you?
Yeah.
Well, she's got thick hair, being a shepherd, doesn't she?
Yeah, I got my big Carhartt coat. That's how I got her to get out.
Oh man, you must treat her like a baby.
Well, she is.
I know it is. Yeah, very good, Marty. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, and I'm glad the dog's doing well, and you and Mary as well. That was Mary and Marty. Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November, and Kilo Delta 4, Bravo Quebec Kilo. Marty, both in Belshire. It was good to have you both in there, and appreciate the kind words. Who else we got? The West, please come in.
When are you getting the new dog?
It might be this month. Might be. I'll let my wife be the decider on that one. She's the one that picks them out. I'm the one who's got to suffer the consequences. Give them now.
Can you let one slip in from the south? I gotta go.
Well, you can run down the hall. No, Tim, I hear you in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't mean to bust line, but I didn't know if you done got south. I got in here late. I gotta get back out there in the kitchen and help my wife or something. But I did want to check in. Oh, KR4AZ. Let me throw that out there. Been looking at all the emails about the 10 meters. So you're gonna venture off into the 10 meter realm.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give it a try and see what happens. It's forcing everybody to scramble to put 10-meter antennas up or fix.
Well, I've got an old penetrator 500 CB antenna out there in the garage. That thing's been everybody. It's all aluminum, great bit. If you're familiar with them, they had that little trans thing here at the bottom of it. It's got a trans match or something or another. But the big old antenna, I believe, is 20-something feet in the center. But I just slid the center element down, got a straight up good match for 10 meters back at my old house. That thing done fantastic. It had them big long, 8-foot radials, 4 of them coming off the center of it. And that thing would sure receive and would transmit too. And I've got a doggone the Gap Titan I need to put up. Just hadn't had a chance to do it. So that ought to talk 10 meters also.
I'm pretty sure that Gap Titan will do 10 meters fine from what I hear.
I don't know if it'd do better than that penetrator though. I mean, just for 10 meter. But it was really low angle radiation. It was it done a good job. But it's gonna work very good. But we'll try it when you get on the air. And I won't hold you up. Thank you for letting me slip in, break line. But need to get back out there. So.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you. Who is next, west or south?
Kilo Echo.
Did you drop out again there, Larry?
Video on. Backbeat.
Ah, okay. I got you in there, Larry. How you doing?
I'm good, Paul. I'll let you go with it, man. KU4.
Yeah, very good. That was Larry Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, excuse me. And he's in Rockville. Excellent. West or south, please come in.
Kilo India 4 November.
Well, you got a good signal tonight there, David.
Oh, that's all I got, Mr. Paul. It's nice, cool air out there. It's
Doing about S7, which is excellent.
yeah.
I think it's going good. Going good. Just doing errands today. Nothing really special. It's been a beautiful day. Just watching. It was a good day to go to the vet with my dog. get him one of the dogs. Getting him some $160 treatment.
All right, sir. I just want quick and say howdy, good evening to everybody on that. KI4NCM.
Yeah, very good. That was David. He's in Reedyville, Kilo, India, 4 November, Delta, November. Well, at least I'm here on tube. Who else we got?
KD4ZGY.
You're sounding pretty good yourself, Mr. Ed.
Yeah, I'm on the brew.
Yeah, hold on.
KD4ZGY there. We had a good day. Got to go over to stands and get in on 80 meters or 75 meters. Enjoyed that.
Oh yeah. You know what? You're a good. You've been in ham radio. It is interesting how many good people you meet on the air. Some you don't even get to meet ever.
I met a guy today over at stands from Sheffield.
All right, you never met him before, and he just lives around the corner. Well, in the.
Well, you know, he lives in Shelbyville, and that's where I go to Shelbyville about every day. But I've never seen the guy before.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know unless you see their antenna on the house, but you don't even know who lives in houses sometimes if you just see an antenna on QRZ.
That's why they always said amateur radio is a lot. There's something there for everybody there. Especially let us sneak in down here on the south side there. Have a good day, and we'll catch you another day. KD4ZGY.
Very good. That's Ed down way south in the Shake Rag near Shelbyville. It's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf. Scott in there. Scott, you still there?
Yep, K1SPD. I was doing okay. I went to swing the beam towards the west, but the doggone thing wouldn't move. Had a rocket. It froze up over the last day or so.
Huh. Is it an old rotor, is it?
Yeah, it's an older one. Doesn't give me any issues before, though. We're going to do the 10 meter net tonight. We'll try it.
We are going to give that a try on 28.
Sounds good. Carry on. K1SPD.
All right, very good, Scott. Yeah, if you've ever noticed, this is something I learned in long. Everything works great until it busts.
Oh yeah, that's the truth.
And then we haven't touched it in 10 years. And wonder what happened there. All right, anyway, that was Scott, Kilo 1, Sierra, Papa Delta. Who else is next south?
One more comment, but it's only 30 years old.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's great. If you can get 30 years out of anything electromechanical, that's a good deal.
I'm looking at this controller on my desk here, and I don't know when that thing was built. It looks like it's that bakelite material.
Yeah, I used to be able to. I noticed the relative age of things in the industry I worked in. If the electrical control box or the
Yeah, it works pretty decent, I guess. All righty, K1SPD.
you'd have to go up, tear it down, lube it up, and put it back up. Anyway, that was easy in Laverne. Who else south? Please come on.
W4EZD.
For Echo, I had to get that right. Whiskey for Echo Zulu Delta. How are you tonight?
Doing good, man. Looking at this, man. Seems like it's grown quite a bit. You're sounding good.
Very good, Dennis. Yeah, it is great. Up until about 18 months ago, 19, 20 months, we were average now about 12. It varied between 8 and something like that. Now we're averaging between 19 and 30, depending upon what day it is.
Oh, that's excellent.
I'm very pleased. I can't say it's not a question of. I'm pleased. We've had them as high as I think 35 on one night, and we've had. I was just looking at an older page just from all. It's actually gratifying because people keep coming back to it, but I'm glad they don't all come back the same night. Otherwise, it'd be like, we'd be here for 2 hours, and I don't think we want to do quite that many because it takes up so much time. But it's gratifying, as I've said many times, people not only who are interested, because if you're interested, then you want to improve, and when you improve, they get better antennas and then signals than they used to have when they first jumped in.
Oh yeah. Well, you're sounding really good. You changed antennas
last I talked to you. I'm still just running out my old copper pipe parts. Geez, it's got to be 7, 8 years now. I figured that thing would fall apart by now, but it's still doing good for me.
Well, as you know, what, 12, 15 miles south of me, so it's not a big deal. And your signal's coming into me very well. So yeah, what you have there works very well. Stations that are say out west or up north.
Oh yeah, I've probably heard probably 70, 80% of them.
Well, again, that's what it comes down to, really. People who have whatever antenna they feel better with, why to argue with that, as long as they're talking to the people they want to talk to. That's the important part. In my case, times because I'm net control, I felt I had to have a really good antenna because I've got the elevation. So I comments about the signal. Cost me a lot of money to get that signal.
Oh yeah, Paul, well, you're doing good. I don't know what location I'm at. I'm at just shy of 800 feet and maybe only 30 foot on the mast, but I seem to do real good. I mean, I can hit Mount Eagle regular.
Well, being at 800 feet, that's excellent because the base of my antenna is at 730 feet or so. So you being at 800, you could be net control with my antenna.
I've been net control. I don't want it no more. Anyways, I'll let you get back. I was just in the middle of cleaning up and turned the radio on for the first time in probably months. Had caught you, so I thought I would check in. Anyways, I'll let it back to you, and you guys have a good night. I'll sit here and listen for a while.
Yeah, very good. That was Dennis. He's in the Smyrna, and that's Whiskey 4 Echo Zulu Delta. Hasn't talked to us in years ago, but he I'm just glad. And that's what's fun is that people feel comfortable jumping in here. They don't have any rules really. The normal gentlemanly rules of being on the air. All right, Dennis, good to have you in. Who else we got, Sal?
Kilo Mike Portable.
Okay, Kilo Mike for Lima Hotel Golf. How are you this evening?
Work.
Man, is that a normal shift for you?
A little bit late, but just here, just down at Murfreesboro. I don't know if you remember my call. My name is Brian. Just put up the big 2-meter antenna at home.
Yeah. I don't remember which antenna you said you put up there.
Starting to get quite a bit. I think I'm going to have to pass and go on to your next contact there. Thanks very much, Carl. K4BW, KM4LH.
Yeah, very good. He is normally in Murfreesboro, but I believe he is mobile. That's right. He said he was on the way home from work, and it's Kilo Mike 4 Lima Hotel and Brian, and normally in Murfreesboro. Who else south? Please come down. Yeah, you're almost south. How you doing, Eddie?
Doing very well. Hope everybody else is okay. And, looking forward to seeing everybody at Courtney's this Saturday. That's about it. Thanks for doing the net tonight, Paul. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, whatever. So what 10-meter antenna did you figure out you had there, Eddie?
Well, I got a dipo. I don't know if or I may have to try it out and see.
Well, I look at it this way. Even if we only...
That's right. There's always room.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been putting that off, really. I've got my antenna will do 10 meters, and because it's a big, long, dipole. But it won't do 10 meters locally like a vertical, like an Antron.
I think I've ever tried my dipole that low.
That's Eddie. He's in Gladeville. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Good signal as always. He's going to give it the old high school try of working 10 meters just like I am. Who else? We got some.
I step aside for Richard.
Okay, 4 ID.
Somebody else snuck in there. Robin, how you doing?
I'm all good, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing great.
On 10 a little earlier and quite pleasantly 160-meter folded dipole tunes right up.
Oh, excellent. Hey, listen, I just hope Wes isn't listening to you talk about.
Oh no, it's straight through. No tune R used.
Oh, is that right? Excellent. You said it tuned up. Sure.
Right. Well, I would have stuck a tuner in had it not loaded up nicely. So
Loads up fine.
my 160-meter folded dipole.
Good deal. How much progress did you make? Any progress on the other 3 towers?
Week I worked on it for quite a while on the 40-meter tower, and I have 3 sections of tower attached and hinge section on, and I need to put the counterweight on. And then I need to fabricate the entire counterpoise, tune it, and run the feed line. So some progress, but not nearly as much as I had hoped I would have had made by the.
Well, you didn't expect it to be done in just a short period either.
No, but I do hope to have it on the air before New Year's.
At least one of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. That was Robin. He's here in just 5 miles south of me, south of Mount Juliet at Hermitage, just west of 140 or 171. I mean, Mount Juliet Road, over by Percy Priest. That's Robin, Delta Charlie, and you let Richard in there, James, and Robin snuck in there.
There's always an opportunist.
Yeah, I guess he could hear you. I don't know. So how you doing, man?
Right. Get out in the cool weather, doing the chores, and that's about it.
Yeah, well, it's on chores unless you're raking leaves or something or picking up limbs.
No, these climbing in the car and going get stuff, bringing it home.
I know the deal. Actually, it involves spending money too.
Well, you know.
Well, very good. Anything else good for the net? You have a 10-meter up, will you?
No, I got rid of my 10-meter stuff about 25 years ago. I got rid of it when I moved to Mount Juliet. I didn't think I'd have any place to put it.
Well, you don't have much of a place to put it if
Memphis, real easy with a shovel. Dug it down about 3 feet, filled it with. Here I got to dig through rocks.
Is it that bad underneath your property?
Yeah, I got stones.
Wow. I've never tried to dig that deep into my property, but I know they dug a pit for my frog pond. So obviously there's not. I bet you I can because I'm up a little higher elevation than you are. You're sorry, I guess.
Well, I had to break up the rocks so the water would run off, so it would soak into the soil.
Oh wow. Or you can't put up a 10-meter.
Hard to do.
Oh, I just wondered if you were going to be able to put one up maybe temporarily. I mean, I got to figure out the same thing here, what I'm going to do on a 10-meter vertical.
And my house in Memphis had a chimney. Well, I don't have a chimney here. I don't have anything to strap it to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Well, there's other. I'm not sure. I've not seen your house, but yeah. Well, if you need any help, I'm sure there's somebody around here that can figure something else out for you if you really want to do it. So it's good to have you. It's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India here in Mount Juliet. Who else? East, please come in.
Kilo India 4 Sierra.
Man, you missed an opportunity earlier. James was standing and waiting for you to step in.
No. I chuckled a little bit, but I don't guess anybody heard me. And as far as digging a hole in Wilson County soil, the topsoil off Wilson County, you'd have the greatest limestone rock quarry in the history of mankind, and I'm being very serious.
Sure. Although I grew up in an area where I lived there in Western New York, near the Canadian border, that it was no big deal if you wanted at night hit this clay that felt like concrete.
Solid rock is even worse. You don't have to blast the clay. You can eventually dig the rock in this county is just unbelievable. And anywhere I've ever seen anybody dig a hole, unless it was back, it doesn't have a whole lot of luck digging a hole in the ground in this county. It's just too much. Well, all over the place, but every once in a while, a blind hole finds a man.
Huh. Are there any? Do you know if there's any artesian wells in this area?
Not that I'm aware of.
I just curious. I don't remember who it was. That wasn't any. It wasn't a ham. Anyway, no. I just wondered. We had some of those. Oddly, there's quite a few of those in Florida due to the.
Well, as far as I know, there's not. County.
Well, I know that where I lived, my water table at my last house was about usually no more than the foundation of my house. That's where the water table was.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was. It just makes for some odd. That's why there's no basements where I used to live, man. Zero.
There's a sinkhole.
Grounded and all. I look forward to seeing everybody Saturday morning.
All right, very good. Yes, Robin, there are sinkholes. My gosh, there's sinkholes. Well, all those lakes you see.
A few of them, some of them are Cedar Forest, State Park, but a few caves are here, there, and yonder, but I wouldn't go back in on. Carry on. Thank you for what you do, KI4S. I'll be back to net.
Yeah, very good. Sierra India Bravo. Richard over just west of downtown Lebanon, a mile or so. Who else we got? Please come in.
KB4RSM.
Hey, you were out of town or something?
Yeah, I didn't know if he's talking to me. Yeah, no, I have a hard time a lot of times on a Saturday or Wednesday making it back from church in time.
I know. Well, see, you're odd because I had that. I think I told you I had the same problem with Sunday. We first started on Sundays and Wednesdays, and then somebody that we needed to change it to that we had to. There was a conflict. It's oh guys, I hate to change. And then I had a conflict with church, and so we changed it to Saturday.
Yeah, well, what generally seems to work out good in my favor is that the thing allows to sometime past 9. So if nothing else, I can come get in as a late check.
Oh no, I understand. How'd you make out on your tower and everything?
Yeah, right now I'm waiting for a status report email back from them. So I'm trying to figure out what the deal is, what I can expect.
Yeah, well, let's hope they don't disappoint you.
No, they said it right December 1st for quite some time. So I think there for maybe like a week they had where they are down in Florida, they had some weather. They thought I'd be on schedule, so I can't believe that it's far. Shot out an email today, so hopefully tomorrow I'll hear something and have kind of an idea.
Yeah, tell them to go ahead and ship you what they got.
Yeah, just maybe that would work. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'd want it in pieces.
Oh, I got looking at your picture links you sent me, so I just wanted to let you know that I did that, and I was one pilot.
No. All those pictures of the planes up there.
Yeah, the P-39 album you have and whatnot that I was looking.
No, that plant is the same plant my dad worked in for 34 years, but they didn't make those planes when he worked there. My grandmother's other daughter, not my mother, and several friends, older friends and relatives that all worked on those planes, during the war years.
Oh wow, okay, pretty cool. Yeah, I just was asking. I went through a spell for several years where I was doing the remote control airplane thing, and I wondered maybe if you were a local pilot or still did any flying, but good deal.
Yeah, very good. No, that planes. They're little. They're not like held up like some of the other planes are. As being the, the Mustangs and a whole bunch of other planes. The P-39 does. The Russians, who got like 5,000 or 6,000 of those planes, used them very effectively against the Germans to help them win the war against the Germans. But the highest ranking ace in World War II was a Russian using that P-39.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's not always about.
Well, in this case, the plane had a tough time competing at high altitudes because of a lack of turbo or something of that nature against the Mitsubishis in the Pacific theater, and the British didn't care for it for whatever. That did the Lend-Lease to Russians for like 5,000 or 6,000 of them. It was quite effective there. And
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Well, good deal. I just want to let you know I glanced through those, looked at some of your picture stuff. They were pretty. Saw your some of the pictures of your frogs. I was actually going to ask you if that pond was in your backyard. It's funny because you actually mentioned that and answered that. You mentioned your pond. When I grew up in East Nashville, we had a big pond in the yard that had the goldfish in it, and it was a pretty neat thing that I grew up with. So kind of find that a little interesting also. But good deal. Just to see who or what I can hear on 10 meters.
I'll find out how crappy my antenna is on 10 meters locally. All right, 10 meters has really stunk out there for the last few years. And this is a good test to see how well this performs. I think it's going to underperform, but I'm hoping to improve that as we move forward here. Well, here in Mount Juliet, over in the the southeast corner of Mount Juliet, I guess I'll call it. And that's Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra Mike. We got East, please come on.
KE4TWI.
Hey, Wes, you ready for 10 meters?
I'm ready. Can't wait. Well, I need a signal. Richard, there's some others. All right, KE4.
All right, very good. That's Wes in the Watertown area, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Anybody else East?
Charlie.
Very good. I'm hearing you in there just fine there, Jeff. How you doing?
Doing okay. I decided to go bye-bye. I think it's time for a new radio.
Hey, it's only money, man.
You said it.
And it is Christmas.
I'm being hounded by the boss to get one.
Oh.
So many different varieties.
Yeah. You're going to have to buy a 2 meter 70 centimeter. You're not going to get a choice on that one, because you're operating off of 2 different repeaters there.
That's true.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing what you get.
And thank you for what you do by doing the net.
Jeff over in Lebanon, he helps out usually on our EAO net on Tuesdays. Yeah, I got to get that straight in my mind. Tuesdays with the new time of 7:30 now. We got East. Please come in.
Kilo 4 Whiskey United. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Bill. Another blast. We're checked in, but I don't think you were on the net with the day I talked to you.
That's probably right. I may have caught you a little late.
We'll check in anyway. You know us. We ain't got rules.
Yeah, I love it. No rules and no badges.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking badge. You're going to pay no money for no stinking badges.
Amen, brother. Okay, I'll let you get back at it there, Paul. We'll try to catch you over on the 10 meter side, I guess, in a little bit.
We'll find out, won't we? Barry K4W. I'm laughing because I think my signal is going to be terrible. So somebody else is going to have to pick up the ball here. Of course, we can still communicate on 2 radio on in case somebody can tell me nobody can hear me. All right, the Bill. Anyway, that's Bill. Kilo 4 Whiskey uniform. He's over. Awesome. So anyway, who else we got East? Anybody north?
W9BOQ.
Didn't you there, Dennis?
Well, I really hate doubling, and it's really hard to not double. time it.
Oh no, I understand. You're right. You do kind of pause, and then you pause. You think it's long enough, and you double anyway.
I first started doing nets. I heard somebody on net control say, "Try not to double," and I'm like, "Well, that's almost impossible."
Yeah, it's like you're waiting for somebody else to start so you can start right on top of them.
I know it's like you can't. There's nothing except I don't know. I kind of just when you call the second time, I'll go. Well, I'm going now.
Was reminded when you said that I was going down to the first time I went down to Huntsville, and I was listening on their repeater. You know, they had a call in Huntsville, and I was a few miles out, and you could hear somebody there was sitting on their microphone. The net control got on there and said, and now here he is. He's talking on a repeater over top of this guy's HT signal, saying, "Who's ever their mic, please turn it off." And somebody had to. He goes, "Hey, he can't hear you. His mic is turned off."
Hilarious. I know one time about a year ago, there was a radio keyed up on a frequency in Nashville here, and 6 hours, two guys were out with Yagis trying to find where it was, and they finally went right to the house. Policeman who set a bag on top of a 2-meter radio or something, and it was keyed up. The cop wouldn't go shut it off. He said the battery will go dead pretty soon. He was in his pajamas. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Pretty dumb. We had a ham in Florida.
Anyway, back to net. WOQ.
Yeah, very good. He quickly said we had a ham in Florida. Him and his wife. He was sitting on his microphone, sitting in his lounge chair, and the mic keyed up, and him and his wife were having a knockdown, drag-out argument using every F-bomb and word they could think of. Somebody finally called him and told him to get off the phone, get off the radio.
Oh boy, that wouldn't happen in my house. I learned a long never argue with my wife.
Yeah, that's right. Well, she's always right anyway.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll be ready to do 10 meters. And I can keep my 2 meters.
That's Dennis, Whiskey 9 Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, Springs. Afraid to double, man. That's the problem. Who else? Anybody else north?
WB0
There, I think Mark came in there first. How you doing, Mark?
tried to not double too, but I guess I did. And you're right. When you wait, then anyway, I guess everybody's doing all right. I got my 10-meter rig warmed up, so I'm ready to go.
Sounds like a little fire after telling everybody about 10 meters, didn't it?
Yeah, I got an old. I've had the parts of it for probably 50 years. It was a Cushcraft trick stick, which was just a vertical. I dug the thing out and I polished up the aluminum and put it back together and made a new pigtail for it. Got to get it up on the tower a bit, but that'll be fun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, somebody can. That'd be funny. Well, very good. That was Mark. Looking forward to the 10-meter net. Remember, we're going to do 10-meter sideband, and if we can hear anybody, we'll try to. We can swing it immediately following that. And that was Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, Mark in Hermitage. November, Oscar. But you have that, right? Don't I, Mark? Looks funny on the paper.
Well, you're close. I'm really not in Hermitage anymore. I moved away.
Well, where are you now?
I'm northwest Wilson, up by the weather station.
Oh, that's right. Northwest. I make an asterisk there. I've said that before. You never corrected me.
Oh, I corrected you a couple of times.
You're going to be incognito on the map that way. Now you're in the QRZ, I'm sure, in the proper address. So anyway, again, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, Northwest Wilson by the weather station. I do remember you saying that, though. Sorry, it's my old timers here. All right. Who else? Anybody else north?
Kilo November 4 Victor Tango.
You sound pretty good there, Charlie. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. And I just started another net, so I knew you couldn't participate.
Guess what, Paul? I got my dipole and I tuned it up, and on 10 meters, QR is like about 1-to-1 on 28.415. I am super surprised.
Oh, that's terrific. I'm glad to hear.
Probably won't be able to do anything with it. No one will probably be able to hear me. Not sure how effective it will be. I know it won't. I know it won't explode.
I'm glad it worked out that way. And I'm sure there'll be people to be able to hear it. You'll be surprised. And you've got 100 watts on 10 meters, don't you?
Not gonna go with 20 watts to start. No one can hear me. I'll bump it up to 30, and I'll stop at 30.
Oh, I don't know. If you've got it, you can do SWR. You don't have to worry about unless you got a power supply issue or something.
No, I'm just kind of nervous about this radio, and antenna is not for 10 meters. It just happens to work, and I'm just not sure. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm not sure at all. Just very nervous about it, but I'll
test. You give it full power and see if some smoke comes out of the machine.
It for about maybe 20 seconds on that frequency. It's good there, and it worked. Nothing completely exploded, and I hooked it up to my. It was good SWR on 10, and then I got it on there on the radio. The radio confirmed that with the SWR meter. I tuned it even better.
Yeah, I got you. Well, very good. Well, then I picked the right frequency for you then, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And that's good.
Oh, no, it is good because I don't want to exclude anybody either. It's not cool. I mean, we don't have to be in any other place but technician for. Obviously, that's the good part is 10 meters is open to technicians, which you're a general, so you didn't have to worry about that either. So, well, very good, Charlie. That was Charlie, North Wilson County. Kilo November 4 Victor Tango India, ready to roll on 10 meters with his dipole, which tuned up very well, he said. Surprised. Who else we got? North, please come in. Late check-ins? Lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, any of those?
I'll be one of those, KG4 Mosaic.
Okay, you get to pick. Which one you like?
Conspiracy theorist.
That's not on the list, but I'll add it next time if you want me to.
All right.
No, everybody's got a conspiracy theory they believe in, man.
Oh yeah. Here's same old stuff. I ain't been on the radio for a little bit because I went to the dentist and hadn't felt like.
Did you get most of it fixed up?
Yeah, I got a lot of it done in the last couple of days.
Yeah, see that just about it gives me pains in my mouth, okay?
Yeah, me too, Paul.
When it gets fixed, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? After the swelling, you know, the pain and the swelling and the what's that? You go, wow.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the pain to get over with, and then I'll be. Yeah, it feels better because when I tell you today they pulled out that one, they had to take or 3 pieces because it was wedged in there or something. I don't know. They kept pulling and head off.
He didn't grab it with the pliers and try to put his foot up against your face, did he?
No, the woman, she was hanging, and I thought I pulled her off the ground for a minute.
Oh, you're making me laugh, man. She really was.
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. No, I've been through some of that. It's awful. Maybe I told you that one time I went and I was 16 or 17. I went to a doctor recommended by my mother's ex-Marine, and he acted like an ex-Marine. I mean, he was Mr. One gruff son of a gun, and he gave me a shot to numb it to. And he says, "I'll be back in a few minutes." And he comes back and he goes, "Is that a good enough numb for you?" I go, "No," and I really didn't want to go through the pain of this mold. It's not. I don't think it's numb enough for you. He called me a name, and I can't repeat it on here. Another shot. I swear he did it on purpose. I'm not joking you. When that thing numbed up, I'm not exaggerating. All the way back behind my ear went numb.
Well, numbed you up that time, didn't he? Yeah, they did a pretty good job on me as well. And you know, whatnot, being tugged around a little bit, it wasn't so bad after all. You know, I was nervous, but you know, when you go to the doctors, and I tell you, it's just I'll be glad when it stops hurting. Maybe when I wake up in the morning, I'll be feeling a little bit better. Well, I guess I better quit tying you meter net. I'll meet you around that way, KG4, I think.
Yeah, very good. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu, from some dental surgery, which is never fun. I'm familiar with the process very well. Okay, any more late check-ins? Hold your mic. All righty, we're going to move right over. Now remember, we're going to go to excuse me, I'm so used to saying that frequency, on 28.415. If that goes well or it doesn't go well, we'll move over to 28.415 FM. We're going to, first time we're going to upper sideband, and then we're at 415 FM. So it's sideband first, then FM. Well, you'll know the difference if you're listening. You'll definitely hear. Give me a second to change frequency, and I'll be right there. Is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet sideband net on 28.4. Kevin, Dennis, can you hear me? Oh, wow. That's great. Well, let me do that then. I'll go ahead and start from the north. Dennis, I got Dennis to Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec. I may have to turn the very good. I'm getting a 5x signal for, since we're only 20 something miles apart, but I'll take it. Who else we got north? Please come down. All right, again, anybody else? All right, I heard Whiskey to November. I also heard Charlie in there. I'll get that correct in a minute. That's Victor Tango India. I had it wrong in my brain there. Victor, I got you in there, Charlie. I can hear you. It's not a real strong. Expecting great things at the moment. Well, just leave it right there on your power, Charlie. I think you're doing fine. And of course, I heard Mark, Oscar. Who else we got north? Nobody else north. Over to Kilo. Well, go one properly. All right. Was there another station in there besides Michael? Yeah, I heard Michael. Whiskey. Let's see. Michael is. I get it straight here in a second. Here, Michael is Romeo Foxtrot. Correct. All right. Anybody else west? Please come now. Anybody else? Please come now. Was it India Delta Charlie? Kilo Mike 4? Say that again. The Kilo Mike 4. The Kilo Mike 4 station, come again. Oh, Rob, very good. It was a perfect double twice. It's yeah, we got whiskey for yeah. We got Robin in there, whom I heard, and that was Robin, of course, is whiskey for Charlie. And I had another station in there was very similar. Go ahead again. The other station, please come on. Although my here I gotta well I mess with the radio later, but yeah, you're a good signal here, but it's just low to me, and I or what here. Huh. Yeah, very good. Who else we got from the north? Anybody else? West or south? Please come in. All right, I wasn't copying that too well. Please say again. Wow, really weak to me. Is anybody copying that station?
Whiskey 1 Kilo Papa Delta.
Whiskey 1 Kilo Papa Delta. Is that right? Whiskey 1 Kilo Papa Delta. Do I have that right?
Sierra Papa Delta.
You that I'm hearing that I'm getting a name that could call wrong? Oh, okay. You were somebody was relaying. I got you in there, Scott. I got you in there in a relay. I can't hear you, but it's not very good signal. You know, not a big signal there. Who was the other station?
W0 GZR Whiskey 0 Golf Zulu Romeo.
Ah, very good. Trying to remember where you are now.
I'm down near Bell and Murfreesboro Pike in Nashville.
Heard so far tonight.
Well, hallelujah.
Anybody else south or east, please come in. Anybody south? Wow, I'm not hearing anybody. Yeah, hold on one second. I got to get something adjusted. There, right there. Trying to get used to my trouble adjusting the squelch on this or the RF gain, and it's not working. It's not. I'm not doing too well. That's why I can't hear some of the stations very well. But anyway, somebody give me a relay on that. Was there another kilo? Ah, okay, very good. I'll get Kevin in there. Yeah, I could hear. Yeah. Well, this net turned out bigger than I thought it would, so I'm shocked, really. I didn't expect that many people in here tonight. Anyway, what's going on? Yeah, I could. Hey, where do I go for the RF gain on that, Dennis? Ah, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing here, man. I was looking at another on the screen. I was trying to figure out where the heck it was. All right, very good. Wes, go one more time for me, please. No, I got antenna issues to that direction, that's for certain. I really check in on the 10 meter net here, 28.415. Any copy that I can hear? All right, well, I'm going to give you a quick wrap up and then we'll try 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec in Castellan Springs, Whiskey Bravo 0, November off. Northwest Wilson County. That was Mark and Whiskey November 4. Who is that? I can't even read. Dang, Whiskey November 4. Something Juliet Tango. Is that also Whiskey 4 Yankee Whiskey November 4 Kilo November 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot and Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. We got Kilo 4 Kilo 4 Whiskey Uniform, and of course that's Bill over there in Possumton. SPD Scott in the Laverne, and Whiskey 0 Golf Zulu Romeo. Mark, he's in down south here near Murphy's. Tango Whiskey Indian in near Watertown, and Kilo Golf for Mike India Zulu in Lebanon. And I'm going over to FM right now. Go Whiskey. All right, this is the FM mode here. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo at Simplex Radio Net. Is there anybody? Let's try it again. We'll go straight from the west. Let's go start from the. Yeah, we'll go from the north again. Please come. All right, hang on one second. I'm getting really blasted here. All right, I'm really I got to figure out how to adjust this radio on any other mode besides 2 meters and 77 meters. But I got Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar, and I think I heard Dennis in there. Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec.
You did, but who was it that said this is not a good frequency for FM?
I don't know who's. I don't know. It can be. No, it can be an excellent frequency for FM.
I think you said it was a frequency, but I don't know. I'd have to do some research.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't believe that's true. If you what's permissible, and I'll look in a minute here, but we'll finish it up real quick, and then we'll look, because I don't think we're breaking any rules. But even if we are, then we'll just plead ignorance. Anyway, who else on FM 28415? Please come in. Sorry, from the north again, please. Anybody else north? How about from the west? Yeah, I'm not that station. It was from the north or the west. I can't hear them. Well, I hear something. I just don't know what it is. South or from the west, please come now. All right, I got Kilo 4 into Delta Charlie. Who else we got from the west or the south? Anybody got any relay on those? All right. Anybody else from the east, please come in. All right, from the east or the north, anywhere, please come down.
Whiskey Zero Golf Zulu Romeo.
Good, Mark. You got a real great signal again on FM, so you're doing great.
Well, thanks. I'm in Nashville, by the way.
Well, I see. It's southeast Nashville. Is that correct?
Yeah. Heard of the Pine?
Kilowatt November 4 Victor Tango again.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time, Mark.
I refer to the.
Yeah, I got you. That's probably what throws me off. I need to look on the map.
Affirmative. I've only been here.
I'm with you. Very good. All right, very good. Do we have anybody else, north, south, east, or west on the FM portion? Please come down.
We're still doing it.
Okay, I'm not copying. Anybody hearing anything I'm not hearing? Please come down. Well, I think I'm hearing somebody in there, but next time I'm going to wear my headset. So the next net, that is. All right, I can't hear. Does anybody have any relays on any of those signals I can't hear? Yeah, Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec and Whiskey Bravo 0 November and Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie Robin and Whiskey 0 Golf Zulu Romeo and Mark. Yeah, so anybody else I missed or you want to say again? There's somebody in there trying. All right, we're going to go over to the back to the 2 meter side. I think that's going to solve that problem. We can cry the blues to each other there.
I don't know if I heard you on sideband. I heard you on was like a S1, but readable on sideband. But on FM, it was a S9 and fairly strong signal. It must be the orientation of the antenna or something. That's hard.
No, stronger on FM.
You got doubled. Why would he be stronger on FM?
He should. He's way stronger on FM. Something's up.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you guys in there.
Oh, that was me that you couldn't hear on FM.
Uh-huh. So your dipole which direction is that?
Not your direction.
Well, mine is a northwest orientation.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that you could hear me on sideband.
Yeah, no, I was glad. It was weak, and I got to figure out a better way that I know I'd hear if I had the headphones on. Yeah, no, I agree, and we want to figure that out. I'm pretty sure I'm correct that that's a good part of the band to be in on FM.
Well,
No, we need to not do that again. We're making complaints. But FM needs to be above 29 megahertz. The problem there was it leaves out everybody who's a technician. I think you look at the band plan, that you got to be general enough.
oh, I could hear you on here, K84ZUI.
Oh, awesome! Glad to hear it. Thanks, Ed.
But I couldn't make it back to you.
Yeah, I got you. What are you using for an antenna down there on 10 meters?
J-Paul, Hall, bro.
Oh, is that right? Fantastic. And so that. Oh,
Setting up in the top of a maple tree.
oh my gosh! Now, is it made out of pipe or wire?
Wire.
Wow.
Saw an article some months ago about a guy that built one out of wire for 20 meters. Had a big tree to string it up. I took my wife bow and arrow and shot a fishing line over the top of it, and then pulled a rope across and pulled it up. Where'd you find a woman that owns a bow and arrow? You always say yes, ma'am.
What a crazy net that was, dude. I guess. We had 26 people on the first net.
Play with the grandkids with it, and they have a ball with it.
Small little compound bow a couple of years. Fiberglass bow fishing arrows, otherwise pull the string back down.
Yeah, I've run into that. So when we finally got this over the top of it, over in my neighbor's yard, I was hoping to get there before the car ran over my fishing line.
Yeah, the same year, and we quote unquote lost the arrow. He found it a couple yards away.
Well, I built this, and this thing is going to work. And it works better on skip than it does locally, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that.
I've talked all the way up from Canada, New York, Texas, but I can't hardly make it 50 miles away.
That sounds like 6 feet.
I couldn't hear y'all at all on the FM at all.
Hey, Wes?
Yep.
So I just looked at Naughty. Like you said, there are band plans inside the official band plan. It just says 28,300 on it. It's just phone for extra advance in general. But I understand that there are band plans inside the official. What's the word I'm looking for? Common courtesy. You just do it because that's the way it's been done.
And I'm sure, wonder we tried it though, because why did Paul's signal all of a sudden jump up? Paul, if you're listening, did you notice the power out on sideband? Was it going flat or what?
As far as I know, it was, but I'm gonna have to double check.
Oh no, boom, you just came right up.
Huh. Just looking at the band plan for 10 meters, and it shows the voice and data 3 to 28.5 as being a voice and data for novice, but it's really just limited to single side.
That is correct.
Hey, Paul, on 10, were you vertical or horizontal?
Horizontal.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I'm going to get me a good 10 meter or vertical and go from there.
We need a J-pole, Paul.
Yes, and you got enough copper pipe for me to build one?
Not copper pipe. Only got enough wire.
Probably got enough aluminum.
That's aluminium.
Yeah. I can't get out the British can't spell or say that word correctly. Guys, I like that. It's a little more work in FM.
Paul,
Yo.
did Charlie make it on sideband? Okay. And he was in here during FM, and he said he couldn't hear anything on FM.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what would be the problem there, because if he could hear us on sideband, he should be able to hear us on FM, from you or me.
Yeah. Do you know, you said you know for sure you were putting on 100 watts on sideband?
No.
You see it.
All right, hang on. Let me go look right now. Be right back.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet he wasn't. So I'm glad we did this test now because I could hear him on sideband. It was weak.
Like Dennis said, FM, boom, there it was, strong.
Dennis, could you hear me? KM4 while
Understand you, but I heard you.
well, at least it worked.
How high?
Only about 12 feet.
Yeah, it needs to be up about 10 meters. Or a half wavelength, right? At least.
Yeah, it needs to be up 5 meters.
Somebody doubled with Mike. Was that Kevin?
Oh, it's Robin.
That's what I meant. I don't have Alzheimer's. I got some timers.
Yeah, well, we look just alike.
Yeah, you were double.
Yeah, I have 100 watts on the screen. It's got to be that 100 watts.
Yeah, that's weird. What was your mic gain at? Do you know?
No, but it shouldn't have been terribly different on this than it was.
Probably the default at 50, which would just fine.
Well, I don't think it changes between FM and sideband here on the screen, but it's 30 right now.
The one thing that's kind of nice about the 991 is the mic gain is separate for AM and FM. And I think for Fusion it stays the same as FM, but they are separate settings.
Thinking Fusion. Yeah, I'll take a look. Let me go back over there on the side.
That was
I ran it on high a lot. That radio, the one that I had in my truck, I generally think I ran, it says low on the screen thing under high. I think I actually ran it like half power mostly.
I like it. Wrong with my mobile antenna though. It seems like since I went to the Lebanon Ham Fest and put up my expensive antenna, I haven't been doing as good. It almost seemed like my $10 mag mount was better. And I really never checked the SW. I know it's got the diamond that I bought has really super skinny coax, and it didn't make it all the way to my radio extension, which is a totally different size coax, but I don't know if that makes any difference. I'm going to check that tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some of that super skinny diamond stuff. It's funny. This was this past week. I tried it out, and it had a high SWR compared to other normal size RG8 or whatever. I think that stuff's problematic. I understand. Change that out, but if it's possible, I bet it makes a difference.
I got to feed the dogs and get a couple things done here. I'll catch you later. I'm glad the nets went well. Created a lot of heat and light on this issue. All right, catch you guys later. K4P.
W9BO. I looked at the antenna quickly one time to see if I could swap out and just put one type of cable. And I think I remember seeing that it was like molded into the mount or something, but I'll have to look closer.
It is. I know exactly what you're talking about. The dialect use. But I have never been able to get it to the right beat. And anyway, over that. But boom, there you go.
The analyzer actually does 2 meters, which I didn't realize until I was over at Robbins one day, and it doesn't do 70 centimeters though. But that's I'm most so I'll check it out tomorrow. I just kind of figured they sold it to me and I could just hook it up and it would work. And I got the word asked and me.
That is right. Hey, still in there. I've got a pretty good copy on you down here in the Watertown area.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good. I'll look next transmission, but you're coming in really strong too.
Yeah, remind me.
Basically, right at I-40 and 109.
Got it. All right. Well, you're significant the terrain between.
I mean, down. Just bullfighting.
Boy. Good boy.
Glenn, didn't you buy an X700 or did you buy the one underneath that?
No, I have at least taken it out of the package and it is sitting in the garage waiting for me to assemble it. And I've just been waiting on.
That's funny. When I got mine, I put it together and laid around for about 2 weeks, and I couldn't stand it anymore. I got my tower done. I couldn't stand it. I got a video
Together, but the darn thing is so long. I figured the way to keep it setting in the garage altogether.
No, you barely. Yeah, I have a big barn, and it wouldn't fit put it in there the long way. But yeah, you're 40 over, and Wes is 30 over to me. I'm kind of north.
She's getting there though, slow but sure.
Yeah, my radio is showing me S9, good solid. I did learn that my little dipole for 10 meters is not working well. So my noise floor was like, I don't know, S7 or S9 on that thing. Somebody was there hearing you guys, but that was about it. And then the funny thing is, I switched over to horizontal loop, and I was hearing you guys pretty darn good, and not much noise at all. And especially you, Dennis, you were really strong. I could hear Paul, and I could hear several others in there, but I can't transmit on that antenna, so I just listened. But on my small dipole, which I tune, I use it around HF sometime when I go down there and play. And but it just was well at all.
You know, I've got an 11-meter vertical that came with a bunch, but I think it's been taken apart for parts because I took it apart, and where the XLR connects to, it doesn't go anywhere. In a coil in there, and there were no radials, ground. So I don't know if I can maybe make some radials and get that antenna working or not.
A little better. Ever since I've had the bugs kind of bit me again, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do for below 50 megahertz, and so the little dipole that I have is something I put up a long time ago, and it's basically in the app. I want to do something better. I just don't know. And one of my options I've been looking at is basically a rotatable, basically to set maybe up on the tower. I could at least get a little height out of it. I mean, I'm looking at options at the moment. I got to do something a little better, apparently.
I guess that would be doable because it's about 8 feet, a leg of a dipole, right?
easily do a horizontal dipole to put on a tower.
I've looked at several. You're right. I mean, for 10, yeah, you're right. They're pretty short. And then, of course, I've looked at a few of them that are 10 and 20. I think